Okay, we are back. Happy Saturday. Welcome, everyone. We are back live in our YouTube channel, Diversify Cash Flow. Once again, my name is Fernando Ramirez. I'm regional director with the company Make Wealth Real, and we're going to keep it fun today. I love what we have to get put together for everyone that is here. And if you're here for the very first time, right after the event ends, you're going to be thanking the person that invited you. But we are being live again and we are recorded. So if anyone that you invite can't make it, you can always go back to our recording videos to be able to say, hey, listen, I know you missed it, but here's a recording so you can go back to it and we can talk about this right afterwards. So we're going to keep it fun today. As always, Dr. G.W. Parker, as a matter of fact, is helps us present Saturdays, but right now he's moving. So, Dr. G.W. Parker, keep doing what you're doing. You're going to the great state of Florida. I believe it's Fort Lauderdale. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to be here. I'm actually stepping in big shoes, but hey, what? Guess what? I love what we do. I love what we have. And what we're going to present to you guys is going to be a system that our company has put together for all of us. Right after we finish with our information that we're going to present to you so you can make a wise and an informative decision, we're going to transition to a quick training so you can see how simple this is and why the tool that I'm going to use right now helped me collaborate when I started in this platform 3.5 years ago. And we call it the click and play. With the information that you're about to see right now, you can view it in two different perspectives. One is I like what I see for myself. Let me take it for a test drive. Okay. And then the other one is I like what I see for myself. I don't just want to take it for a test drive. I want to be able to see if I can get others with me so they can take it for a test drive themselves. So, whatever decision you decide to do, either or, I can guarantee you is going to position you where you need to be in 2026. I am pretty sure that everyone that is here today has tremendous goals. You have visualized exactly what you expect of 2026. And by being here this morning, what you're doing is confirming your decision of prosperity. So I'm going to share a screen. And then in the chat, I might ask you to participate just to see who's paying attention, who's going to win the prize at the end. And just to let me know if you are all able to see your screen. Please, before we get started, I'd like to recognize some of the folks that are here by putting in the chat where you're connecting from. I see that we have David from Detroit, Houston, in the house. I also see Lynn from greetings from Phoenix, Arizona. I see Jameson from Texas, Renee Johnson from California. All right, so I started to see people all over the country, and it's just an amazing way to be able to come together as a community to see where we're all connecting from. So I also see Rob Clay from Decatur, Georgia. Okay, I guess I said Jameson already, right? Texas. Okay, cool. All right, Arizona, Neil, Jay, if he from Elbrunn, Germany. Wow, I hope I pronounced that. I guess that city properly. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are from all over the country, but also part of the world outside the US, Germany. That's phenomenal to see that we have people from Germany here with us today. Boca Raton, Karen, Queens, New York, Monifa. Ladies and gentlemen, this makes me pretty excited. And I feel very humbled that to come with you, alongside with you, to be able to participate in this incredible platform, Make Wealth Real. Marietta, all right. So we are from Palmdale, California. Boca Raton. Karen, I guess I've already read that one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to share screen now. We're going to do this. Let me see here. Just a quick minute. Where is that screen? Sometimes you pop so many screens, you don't know where one of the screens left or went to. Okay, so here we go. Keep sending those invites, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make it fun. Let's bless someone right now that is looking for an opportunity like this. And you cannot keep it to yourself. Once you know the formula, you want to make sure you can bless someone just by handing them join this morning or afternoon, wherever you are, in anywhere part of the world here. So look, we are called Make Wealth Real, MWR. And I love what I see here. It's Make Wealth Real, where lifestyle and legacy connect. This is pretty much our system, tools, and resources that we can all use to be able to share this information with others. Okay, I'm starting to see folks come back right in. And what I will do here is we're going to share with you a video. And this video is very short, compressed, informative enough to get you in the hands of the person that invited you here today. And if they don't have the answers to the questions that you might have, they know someone that they can connect you with so you can actually get your questions answered and make an informative decision. So what I will do is I'm going to click here where it says watch now. If you all can see my screen, please just throw out a fire emoji. Do it at the screen because I'm not going to be able to see the chat. Fire emojis. I like to see fire emojis. I like to see who's excited, who's participating, who's paying attention. Okay, because what we're about to unwrap will blow your mind away. So here's what we're going to do. Hold on, my Google is responding back to me. The screen is full. Again, if you can expose those fire emojis to let me know that you're seeing my screen, I would appreciate it. Or maybe one of our co-hosts can open up their microphone to let me know that the screen's being shared.
I see it. Good to go.
Thank you, Jameson. Awesome read. As a matter of fact, you put that excitement, that enthusiasm behind that reading. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, order the book, Get Excited or Stay Broke Forever from Dr. G.W. Parker, and join us next Saturday. Don't miss it, and bring other folks with you because you're going to get excited once you hear what that book has in store for all of us to be able to kind of share with each other. Okay, so as you can see here, it says, welcome and congratulations. Your invitation only exclusive VIP access has been granted. So if you're here today, I know you're going to thank the person that invited you, and you're going to know why right after we watch this quick video, which is less than 6 minutes. And let me just put some stereo sound before I present it so we can sound loud and clear. Here we go. All right. Okay, so let's play it. I'm going to get out of the way. I'm going to turn off my video and my microphone, and we're going to click and play this incredible video that you'll have access to so you can present it to other folks out there. So you don't have to learn this information. Just ask for the video. Someone will send it to you.
Welcome and congratulations on being invited to see this exclusive information. Before we begin, I want to set one expectation. What you're about to see isn't hype, and it's not designed to convince you to do anything. It's information shared so you can understand your options and decide for yourself whether taking the next step makes sense for you. Let me start by saying this. The system is broken. Think about it. If you're like most people, you're working hard, being responsible, playing by the rules, you're doing everything right, but somehow you're still falling behind. Why? Most people don't realize this until it's too late, but your income is tied to your time. Inflation quietly steals your buying power every year. Taxes, debt, and banks get paid first. And even high earners aren't confident about retirement anymore. So here's the real question. If this system actually worked, wouldn't more people be financially free by now? The truth is uncomfortable, but necessary. Working harder isn't the answer anymore. Saving more doesn't work the way it used to. Traditional investing takes decades, and most people are one emergency away from financial disaster. The real issue isn't effort. It's that most people were never taught leverage, or how money actually works. And here's what people really want. Not just money. They want time, predictability, peace of mind, the ability to live life on their terms with options. They want to wake up without stress, without feeling trapped, without constantly worrying about what if something happens. Imagine building wealth without working more hours, without massive risk, without sacrificing your lifestyle. What if you could build wealth without using your existing income, without waiting decades, without becoming a financial expert? What if your money finally worked harder than you do? This is where everything changes. MWR exists to help everyday people create time freedom, financial independence, faster results through leverage, and safer, smarter strategies implemented by experts. This isn't theory. This is a proven system that's already working for thousands. Welcome to Make Wealth Real, the only lifestyle and legacy company of its kind. Our mission is bold but simple: to create more financially independent families than any company in history. You see, most wealth plans require more money. Ours creates it. No draining savings, no second job, no financial expertise, no guessing or DIY strategies. MWR's system is expert-driven and self-funding. It works using our simple 4-part system. First, we shift money you're already spending back to you. Then, we help you earn new income streams. Next, we leverage experts, teams, and the bank's money to accelerate the process. And finally, we help you build freedom through passive income-producing assets. Let's start with Shift. This is where our financial experts shift money you're already giving away to the government, banks, and big business, back into your pocket instead of theirs. Most members see between $700 and $2,000 or more every month in savings. That's not earning more. That's keeping more. However, earning more is where acceleration happens. With one business, you earn multiple streams of income simply by referring others. A small team of 12 can cover a car payment. A slightly larger team of 36 to 90 can replace a mortgage. And over time, this can grow into 6 figures or more annually. Income that pays again and again for work done once by you or your team. That's leverage. Another form of leverage is the bank's money. The wealthy don't just use their money to build wealth, they use other people's money. Through our optional MWR Fundable 360 program, you can access guaranteed, ongoing, unsecured business funding of $50,000 or more with no collateral. No personal guarantees. No personal credit risk. This system is recognized by Forbes, Inc. 5000, Entrepreneur Magazine, and more as America's premier business funding platform. But here's where MWR becomes truly unique. MWR offers America's first and only silver rental program. Your silver doesn't just sit there and wait for appreciation. It works for you. It can generate passive monthly income, appreciate over time, remain liquid and tangible. No headaches, no special skills needed. You just click to buy, click to earn, and get paid. You've just seen the most complete self-funding wealth plan ever developed. Savings, income, funding, assets, all working together, all inside one ecosystem. That's what makes MWR different. And getting started is simple. There are no contracts, no pressure, and no experience required. If you want to improve your own financial situation, you can start as a member for $159.95 per month. That gives you access to financial experts, savings strategies, our exclusive silver rental program, ongoing education, and your spouse is included. If you're open to creating income, you can start as a business owner for $259.95. That includes a one-time $100 business activation, full membership access, multiple income streams, business systems, training, and support. Start where you're comfortable. Upgrade anytime. The system meets you where you are and grows with you. All you have to do is make the decision. Ask yourself honestly, can what I'm doing now outperform MWR's wealth plan without any risk? If nothing changes, will I be financially free in 5 years or less? If the answer is no to either of those questions, then your decision is already made. There's no perfect time. There's only now or later. And later usually costs you time, money, and leverage you can never get back. Get back to the MWR director that shared this information with you. Choose your path, plug into the system. And let me be the first to welcome you to Make Wealth Real, where lifestyle and legacy connect.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just kind of move some things here out of the way. I know if you are here for the very first time and you have questions, we might be able to get your questions answered right now. And if we don't have all the answers, the good thing about all this is that we have people that do. So you are here making a wise and informative decision for yourself and for your family and for your legacy. And we just want to make sure that we are able to respond to anything that you might have a question about. You can raise your hand, or you can actually put it on the chat box that we have here in Zoom. Okay, I see fire emojis. It's working for me. Perfect, David. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. This is excellent. Welcome to the community. Tools. Wonderful. I like to see all the comments and read the comments. If you're only a customer, can you purchase silver? Good question. Yes, you can. By becoming a customer, you can actually purchase silver. You have access to every service our platform provides, from shifting expenses back into income and activating services, silver. And once you do buy your silver, you can actually have access to a rental agreement. All right. And all those details can be explained once you make your decision and say, I want more information. Someone's going to bring you either to a Zoom, private Zoom. They'll show you the platform and they'll show you exactly where to go to be able to purchase your silver. Okay. Now we are going to transition, if there isn't any more questions, to our training. Okay. All right. And here's what I'm going to do. If you are here and you are already a qualified marketing director, we're going to show you a simple way in how in this weekend alone, you can move from one spot to the other in regards to the compensation plan. And again, if you are here as a client or potential client, you want to get back with the person that invited you to be able to start getting your services activated so you can start moving forward to your plans and your goals and your dreams for 2026. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the simplicity of our business, you saw it just right now. See, I've been in this industry for 31 years, and a person like me, a hardworking plumber, too many hours for too little money, I got pretty tired of it. Okay, so I was looking, and my two brothers that got involved in the industry prior to me getting involved were leaving me as the last person on the list of the contacts from all our family members and friends. But this is what they did. They both strategized in how they were going to convince me to take a look at this industry. And it took them 4 follow-ups where I didn't call them follow-ups. I called them big ups because they would say, please, please come join, and see exactly what we're seeing so you can make an informative decision for yourself. So they did the right thing. And I got upset many times with them. And I told them, I'm not interested. Don't make me a part of it. So they did have a hard time getting me to see it, but I'm glad that they never gave up on me. See, a lot of us, ladies and gentlemen, we end up giving up too soon. And sometimes by giving up too soon, you're going to deny the opportunity to a person like myself that was looking, not knowing that I was looking through that, opportunity. I just thought because my parents told me, get ready, because they're going to start harassing you until they get you to a meeting. And that's exactly what they did. And I'm glad they didn't give up. Long story short, just to compress my information and why I'm sharing this is because when I saw this for the very first time, I didn't see no prejudice in regards to education. Okay. So when I didn't see that, and they told me, if you do exactly what we teach you to do, you can earn a 6-figure income. Imagine, I'm 24 years young, a father of 2, became a father at the age of 18. I had no schooling background, more than just, not even finishing high school. And I'm not embarrassed to say it because education doesn't really come from, titles, degrees. And I respect the people that do, graduate, go to college, university. I learned in the business world when I was 24 what I needed to do in order for me to achieve a 6-figure income. So a person like me comes like that, and I'm exposed to an opportunity like this, and they tell me that I can become successful without having any judgment whatsoever. I said, I'll be here every time for as long as I need to, so I can become a 6-figure income earner. And guess what happened? I became a student of the system. Within as little as 5 years, I positioned myself to the top paying compensation plan of the company that I was with when I was 24 years young. So from 24 to 25, I fired my boss. Why? Because I was looking for freedom. How many of you here today are looking for freedom? Okay. And you feel that you're still trading time for dollars. I was looking for that freedom when I was 24, hungry, driven. And I said, whatever it takes. I didn't know how to talk to people. As a matter of fact, my list was gone. I had a handful of friends, because my family already took the entire list. So I had to learn to expose myself to talk to strangers, which is the hardest thing to do. And I was thinking, how am I going to talk to a stranger? But I did what I had to do to be able to make that happen. When you want something bad enough, you're going to make it work. And that's exactly what we did. So within a year and a half of being part-time in the business, I replaced my full-time income with a part-time business. So I want you to think about this. Whatever you do from 9 to 5, if it's trading time for dollars, today you're positioning yourself to do what you're supposed to do from 5 to 9. Again, whatever you do from 9 to 5, if it's only trading time for dollars, after you clock out from 5 to 9 is a way to be able to start positioning yourself to build your fortune. And that's exactly what I did. I took away all the things that were taking me away from building my business, which was watching TV when I got home. That I would be spending time with my kids. I was too busy watching TV and I was too tired. And then I was going to the gym. So what I was doing from 5 to 9, I made a shift. Within a year and a half from making that shift, what I was making part-time was more than when I was making full-time. And that allowed me to transition from a full-time job to going full-time in my business. I made $3,200 part-time back in 1995, and I was making $2,700 full-time trading time for dollars as a broke plumber, working 72 hours per week. I don't know how I managed to put more time out to build my business, but I had a big dream. So that sums up, the beginning of my story of 31 years of experience in the industry. And once I turned 29, I made $100,000. And it felt so good that a person like me could make a six-figure income. Coming from a background that I came from, I said, man, if I can do it, anyone else that makes the decision to do it is going to do it too. So within this 31 years of experience, I've been in 2 different platforms before. I worked another one for 13 years that allowed me to appreciate money. My first rodeo was make and spend and lose it all after 10 years of commitment. So it was a hard call for me to be able to step away from to go back to being broke again. But I was already spoiled, generating so much money that I couldn't find a job that would pay me what I wanted to make. So I had to reinvestigate back myself in the industry. And in 2009, I found a company that I worked for 13 years, built an organization of more than 21,000 people strong, and made a six-figure income again. See, once you learn how to make a six-figure income, it feels great. So we ended up generating enough money for 13 years to the point that we had a lot of money invested, saved. We came in because I had credit challenges, but that company gave me the opportunity to be able to spread my wings again and do it all over. But here we are with MWR, and MWR is a project that we have been doing for the last 3.5 years. So I want you to think about something very important. We're starting a new year. It's January the 10th, 2026. I want you to give yourself a commitment, okay? If you haven't experienced a six-figure income in the industry yet, you got to give yourself a commitment. And I'm not talking about enroll and keep your membership active. I'm talking about a commitment to develop yourself for 5 years. Because our compensation plan pays handsomely. And we all want the big dollars, but we don't know exactly what it takes to make it. And that's the reason why most of us give up too soon. Okay? Going back to the story of my brothers, imagine if they would have quit before convincing me to show up to an opportunity, I wouldn't be here today. I would be here today. But they stuck to it long enough, even though afterwards they quit, it was okay. They both quit, but they gave me a chance of an opportunity of a lifetime. And yes, they graduated high school, they went to school, took technical classes and things like that to become professionals. To me, honest truth, nothing against school, but to me, school was very boring. I was more hands-on type of guy. So for them, when I stuck to network marketing and they ended up quitting, I ended up thanking them, but I exposed them how this industry has forever changed my life. And now my parents thank me that I stuck through it and made it happen. because we're living off of this, and because of this opportunity, we got passive and residual income on our side to be able to help other people do exactly the same thing that we have been able to do. So on that note, let me kind of walk you through some of the things that you need to learn to do, which is make a decision and stick to your decision for 5 years and graduate yourself. Okay, so let's say it takes you 5 years to make a six-figure income. Where can you go where you can actually generate a six-figure income, not by effort, but with systems? See, the kind of six-figure incomes that you're going to build here, or seven-figure incomes, is very simple. Simple, right? Residual and passive income. Once you build a six-figure income with residual and passive income, you'll never have to go to work, or even a seven-figure income, because you're going to have systems in place that are going to generate income with you or without you. This is what I've learned in this rodeo with MWR, passive and residual income. And we have both worlds here. Previous company, I made a lot of money, $50,000 a month, but it was like this every month. Why? Because we couldn't comprehend residual, and residual was so poor that in order for me to generate $50,000 a month, I would have to have 21,000 people in my organization. Right here, you make, what is it, $10,000 a day, which is 150, no, it's $300,000 a month. $10,000 a day, $300,000 a month, with those kind of numbers, with the people that you bring in business here. And it's all residual income. Residual income, now we have precious metals, and you can combine residual income with passive income. That type of income, I haven't really experienced. We have experienced lots of money to be made. Very little residual, lots of bonuses. Right here is maximize residuals and maximize passive income. And you can control now a walk-away income. And that's what we're going to show you how to build, okay? So let's get right into it. And now let's bring some of the tools that we have here. All right. Well, you saw the video that you can share. So if I were you, what I would do right now is build a list of contacts ASAP. My wife is a witness of what we have been able to do the last 6 months. Obviously, she's been with me working in this industry for now almost 10 years. And she obviously has seen me, the kind of strategies and the kind of work that we put out in the field. And but right now, what I did is I recreated back my list of contacts. I went through my phone. I sat down, I printed documents to start putting all the names together. And I started to do that diligently in late September of last year. Sometimes you get into business, you make money, you got passive and residual income, but then all of a sudden you want to spark things up in a very compressed time. And we did that. And it became really fun. So what do I do? The video that you just saw, I exposed it to people. And the conversations that I have are very short conversations. I don't share much. What I'm doing with the people that I talk to is I'm sorting people. I want you to write the word sorting. And the best way to do the sorting process in your prospecting is to keep it simple. And I use the acronym FORM, which stands for family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. Now it's New Year's. What do you think people are thinking right now? It's January 10th, 2026. You got to take advantage of this, because right now people spend all their money that they don't have putting gifts on Christmas trees. Most people, I'm not saying everybody, but most people. What they're thinking about right now is, how can I make more money? And what can I find to position myself? And let me tell you, when people start thinking like that, they think like that in December because they got maybe a little money to spend, or maybe they're going to max out their credit cards, and they're thinking about, what am I going to do in January? And the thing that we think about is, I'm going to get closer to God. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to increase my income. I'm going to get closer to my family. So we are thinking right now about changing. And let me tell you personally why I think like that. Because when I was introduced to this industry, December, my brothers talked to me about it. I didn't want to hear about it at all. I said, don't come talking to me about nothing. I have no money to spend. Don't. Maybe next year. And guess what they did? January, they took me to the meeting. It was a Tuesday night back in 1994. It was the first Tuesday of the new year, 1994. So when I went in there, I was hungry. I didn't hear my brothers. I heard the story of the person that was living the lifestyle that I wanted to live. And I made my decision. Did I have money? I didn't have money to start, but I had the desire. So what did I do? I found the money. I borrowed the money and then I paid it back. My older brother, I said, listen, I don't have the money right now, brother, but I know you brought me to this. Let me borrow the money and I will pay you back. So guess what I did? I brought in 3 customers and I ended up paying him back right off the bat. I'm not telling you to do that, but that's what I did. And if I did have the money, I would have made the investment right there. It was $300, and I jumped on board. So long story short, right now people are looking, okay, and I want you to think about that. So once you play the video, there's a calculator that our company gives us, all right, and you want to practice this calculator before you go out there and start exposing the calculator to others, or get your mentor, get your leader to help you present this information, because this is when you start to position yourself to give people the opportunity about leveraging. All right, so let me see here. Hold on. I guess this calculator, no, it's perfect. All right, so if people want to take a look at silver and they want to get started with silver, okay, or let me do this first. Let me go to leverage two, which is luxury residual income. Yeah, this is where we're going to start right here. This is the training. So if you want to be able to join us, it's $259.95. When you join us, you want to put your list of contacts together because you want to go out there and start getting or becoming profitable. So by enrolling 3 qualified marketing director and 1 outside customer, you position yourself to earn $150 of residual income. So how do we do this? Work your list, share the video. The simple conversation that you have is family, occupation, recreation. Hey, how you doing? How was Christmas? What did you guys do? Great. How's work? People are going to say, not too good. So you want to hear people, you want to feel them a little bit, hear them. Family, occupation. By the way, what do you guys got planned for January? Are you guys taking a vacation? Recreational time. Lots of things come out when you talk about family, occupation, recreation, whether they're good or they're challenging. In most cases, you're going to hear challenging. I'm not doing too much. We spent too much for Christmas. I got to get back into the grind and do the things that I have to do to be able to make my 2026 a better year. So from family, occupation, recreation, you already found the letter M, which is motivation. And this is how you do it. Listen, I came across something that I'm truly excited about, and I want to expose it to you. Would you take the time to watch a 5 minute and 52 seconds video? It's going to give you enough information to see if this could be a good fit for you. Would you do it? If they say yes, perfect. Send them the video that you just saw, which is what I did. Even having all these years of experience, when I came into MWR, I did click and play. And as a matter of fact, I want to thank Elisa. She's a 3-star executive director from New Jersey. This woman has been dedicated, her and her family, to this business since we started it. And you know why I love what we do? Because she's always overseeing things for the entire team. I was doing some things in my phone right now prior to this, and I'm sorry I'm getting out of the context that we're actually going through here, because she was one of those 3. That's the reason why I'm getting there. So I'm looking at the phone and I go to Telegram. And I said, man, I forgot to promote the event today to invite people to Telegram because I was contacting some people privately and I was answering some questions. And then I saw, and I go to Telegram, and what do I see? How blessed we are with Elisa. You see, you never know the kind of people you're going to bring in your team. She has started to expose and invite folks from the reading club. When I wake up here, she's in East Coast time. She's already promoting. And I'm like, wow, how blessed we are with a voluntary army. Voluntary army. And then I go back and try to promote the event, which is Super Saturday, and she has already done it. So you never know who the first three that you're going to bring are in your team. See, she was one of those. And what did I present to her? The click and play video, because I didn't know anything about MWR. I mean, I know how to make money in the industry, but I'm not getting in the way of success. I need to duplicate myself. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't complicate things. Keep it simple. The more simple you can keep it, and the more exposures you can create with the tools, you can expose that video to 10 people by making 10 calls in your first hour. Instead of trying to explain it, keep it simple and duplicatable. See, to get to 21,000 people, it's a work of art of simplicity. Simplicity. Because people can't relate to complicated things, but they can relate to simplicity. All right, so the first goal is to get you funded. So you bring 3 and 1 customer, now you qualify for a full funded business. All right, so this residual income will pay your membership. But now if you want to keep a profit and make this 150 profitable, you got to bring a total of 3 customers on top of your 3 qualified marketing directors. That's another story. And I'm not going to share that here with you, but you got to have a total of 6 enrollments, 3 customers, and 3 qualified marketing directors. All right. So once you do that, now you can go back to leverage 1 and use those $150 and start purchasing precious metals. You see how I'm thinking? Okay, so my business is funded. Now I have residual income. I'm going to start with 150 walk away income. Your residual, you're going to convert it to passive. Okay, so we're being conservative here. 1.50% on your rental agreement of your silver. And let's assume you're going to invest your $1,800 a year residual income to be able to build passive income. So you're using residual income, and now you're feeding your passive income. Let's assume that you stay there, being very conservative, which I know you're not. Look what's going to happen. 5 years down the road, we're looking long 5 years, right? You're going to have $15,000, 373 in precious metals, and you're going to have residual income of $326. But I know that's not going to happen. You're going to start sharing, and as you start to share, let's assume the people that you share this with and the 3 people that you brought in, you teach them exactly what you learn, and it grows on the duplication aspects of the platform 50%. Now, instead of being 3, you guys have become 12. If you have become 12, now you have residual income of $600 per month, $7,200 per year. You can actually start to increase more. So instead of putting $1,800 a year in your precious metals passive income, let's say you grab half of that. And let's talk about round numbers, $3,000. You can use $3,000 to grow your passive income. Now, in a short 5 years, you're going to have a business and you're only using $3,000, so the $7,200, and this is your residual and passive income rate of return. So you got $25,000 in assets. You're generating passive and residual income, take home $888. So what does that mean? It means you're generating passive income, residual income from your MWR memberships, and we're going to add $288.96 on top of that to have passive and residual income of $888 per month and 96 cents. Long-term thinking. Now, let me ask you a question. This is an asset you have right here, which is silver, $25,000, 236 generated this passive and residual income. What bank having $25,000 would give you $888.96 per month, month after month after month after month? We're talking about $10,000 per year. Ladies and gentlemen, to me, when I understood this, being in the industry for so long, I said, I have underestimated residual income and passive income because the platforms that we have been a part of always focus on the upfront money, bonuses and big bonuses. So you really don't take care of that passive residual income, which is the most important money that you got to take care of. Because long term, you don't want to be trading time for dollars. You want to be able to have passive and residual income working for you. All right. So let's grow this a little bit more. Okay, we're being conservative. We know you guys are going to explode your business once you really get the hang of it. And instead of bringing 3, let's assume you decide to bring 12. By bringing 12 and having the 50% duplication rate on your team, it kind of looks like this. You brought 12, your level 2 brought 6, your level 3 brought 3, and this is all multiplications, okay? And so on and so forth. So now what you have here basically is you have a team that have grown to structure an organization of 480 active memberships. Yes, you see here 1,164. That's the total amount, but it's not structured yet. It's only taking 480. We're going to show you how to structure well so you can maximize the compensation plan. We're just being conservative right now with the numbers. You do this, you can grow your business paying you $12,000 a month in residual income and achieve, obviously, the $1 million club ring. And this can happen really quick. Now, let's talk about precious metals. You started with 150, right? But now you have a business. Let's assume from $100,000, $144,000, you invest $44,000 and you still keep $600, $100,000 of residual income a year. So you're keeping your residual income to do the things that you want to do, and you're only taking $44,000. So you're keeping from $12,000, $8,000 and cents. And the difference is going to precious metals. Look at your precious metals. By investing $44,000 of the $144,000 in residual income, now you have in 5 years $362,000 in precious metals, which is silver. And in combination of your rental agreement monthly and your residual income of $12,000, you got $16,000, 147.59 month after month after month of passive and residual income. Ladies and gentlemen, this to me is everything. I thank God that my first 2 previous companies that I worked with, the first one, I made it work, but I failed. The second one, we made it work, we didn't fail. The system failed, we didn't. Because of those 2 situations, thank God we are here. Thank God we're here now. Because now we have passive and residual income, which is walk-away income. Build it right once and give it your all for 3 to 5 years, nonstop, until you achieve passive and residual income, which is walk-away income. And don't get distracted. I'm not getting distracted. I'm staying my course. I'm going to be 5 years in 2027, and we're going to be done. Okay? So, look. Now let's talk about the bank's money. All right, you say, listen, I like to also work on my business credit, and I'm going to start using business funding. Let me use the bank's money to continue to grow my income. So let's say in $50,000 on top of everything else, right here. So instead of $44,000 a year, we're going to add another 50 from the bank's money right here. All right, so now we got the bank's money working for us, and we're only using $50,000, right? I don't want to confuse you guys. I just want to make sure that I can give you enough information so you can see how you can use your residual income to build your passive income. And now we can contribute some of that with a bank's money. So now if you use $50,000 of the bank's money, you add that to your precious metals. Your precious metal is going to grow to $929,000. And now you have residual income of $22,352 per month. Now you're using your residual income to grow your passive income, and now you're using the bank's money in addition to all that. Wow. This is amazing. And the good thing about this, guys, is we're not talking about building a humongous organization. We're talking about 480 memberships actively involved, the bank's money, and this is what you have in a 5-year time frame. Let's go all out. And let's assume you became a 3-star executive director yourself, and you brought in 36. And this 36 grew by 50% in your organization. Now you have 33,000 active memberships that you're being paid for, and you got residual income of $450,000 a month, $5,400,000 per year. And believe me, once we get to these numbers, the company is going to create another position so we can make more. But at this point in time, we got to get there first. I know how this works, okay? So now you got this. So how much of that can you convert to passive income? Well, you could say, listen, let me enjoy some of my residual income, and let me put $1 million of my $5,400,000. I want to have other projects that I'm going to put my money into. And this is up the charts, ladies and gentlemen, because at this point in time, these numbers right here, I don't know if we're able to comprehend what happens here. Give me a second. Additional annual purchases. Yeah, this is off the charts at this point in time. I think the math has gotten way too much up there. If you invest $50,000 a year of bank's money, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think the calculator is even allowing us to be, oh yeah, it does. Look at what you're having here. This is unbelievable. And this can all happen in as little as 3 to 5 years to be able to enjoy a lifetime of passive and residual income. See, we started small, and then we gradually grew the numbers. And you don't have to worry about all these big numbers. Right now, just get funded. Bring 3 qualified marketing directors, bring 3 customers, get that out of the way. Because once you do that, now you have a story to share. Say, listen, this is what I did. I introduced a video. That's what my team partner did. And he was able to explode a business in a very short time. I did pretty much the same thing. And I'm having the same results. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, I've never seen a compensation plan as good as what this company has in 31 years, which is our MWR platform. And when they say make wealth real, they mean it. Make wealth real is exactly what we're talking about here. On that note, I wanted to keep this training simple and basic, because what I'm going to do after we're done, guess what? I'm going to start doing what I do, introduce the video and bring people to watch what we have in our hands, because we do have a company that backs up the name called Make Wealth Real. And they really show us exactly how to make wealth real with such a small investment and strategies for us to be able to become successful. All right. So let me see. Did I open cameras? Oops. Nope. Cameras are not open. Microphones. Now cameras are open. You can unmute yourself if you have any comments that you like to share with us. Please do, or anything that you're taking with you today. David, how are you? Hey, great to see you, my friend. Happy New Year.
Feeling great, Fernando. Thank you very much. Your training is excellent. I watched the Super Saturday from last month as well, just last night, and got a flavor for your training style. And I love your authenticity, your genuineness, and the fact that you are living the life that you talk about. So keep that up and follow your
Thank you,
lead.
David. I really appreciate that, David. To me, what's important is, these words that come up from your heart allows me to feel that you're visualizing something dynamic. And I know that 2026 has tremendous things in store for you and your family. We are a community. Remember, I want you to keep this in mind. You're here working for yourself, but you will never be by yourself, David. All right. Anyone that you can reach out to for mentorship or leadership, you can count on any one of the leaders. Dr. G.W. Parker is an amazing leader. Coach T, we got so many people that you can count on that I'm looking forward to hearing your story real soon. Just to let us know exactly where you're going.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Appreciate you, my friend.
All right.
Happy 2026.
Same to you.
Anyone else? Wow, it looks like.
Thank you, Fernando. Thank you so much for the training today. Outstanding training. I'm just taking from it like to really, keep at it. Keep at it. Things may, not always pan out to how you want it to go and the speed you want it to go, but stay consistent, stay at it, follow the system. Everything is a system. We're in a distribution business. If you're not talking to anybody, and I'm talking to myself. If you're not talking to anybody on a regular, I have to get more consistent with that, because I could have been so much further. But with this 9 to 5, as we all know what I do, it takes a toll on me, So I'm not hitting the numbers like I could. I'm an average 50 to 75 hitting people, but I think I need to hit a little bit more to get to the numbers, because out of every 1 out of every 10 is liable to join. I have to hit the numbers if I really, really, need this. I need this to pop. Thank you so much, sir.
Monifa, you're an inspiration for our entire community. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to go to her Facebook. And I know that she's leveraging on her tools right now because she's working. But at the same time, she plants all those seeds through the social media space, and she creates all these videos. I don't know where she got this little magic one, but it looks like she's really pouring out into creating, content, fun content, educational content. But if you go to her Facebook, you're going to be able to see what I'm talking about. So I want you to think about everyone that is here. Jay, as a matter of fact, early, he just started with us again. He's exposing a lot of information. You go to his Facebook and you can learn from Monifa, you can learn from Jay, you can learn from Embry that is here. As a matter of fact, welcome, sir. Anybody, or Ron Samuels, go to their Facebooks and learn. Pick Dr. G.W. Parker, all of us, Elisa, as Cassandra, we are all pouring through social media. I love our network marketing today because back when I started it, ladies and gentlemen, it was a public phone, a Thomas guide. I would have to drive across town to be able to sit down on someone's kitchen table, present my information. The little board, taking the board with me all over the place. Now we have social media. And literally, Martha and I work from home 100%. We do our prospecting every now and then when we go out casually. But social media has become the way to the future, to be able to connect with people all over the country and all over the world. So make sure that you create enough content daily. Who cares if you look goofy? Who cares if it doesn't come out right? Just do it for the sake of doing something. Expose your ideas. Share every single day tirelessly. And before you know it, someone's going to go, I'm watching you. I'm seeing your consistency. Look at if you're creating videos.
Good. Thank you so much, dear. You're welcome. You too. Happy New Year.
Hey, Monifa, I know you're hustling right now. But hey, so if you go out there and really start to expose, if you create those short videos, don't create long videos. Make short videos, 1 minute, 30 seconds, just to create curiosity. Don't talk about the platform. It's too much to talk about. Keep it simple. Share your life story. Hey, I'm excited about 2026. How about you guys? One video like that, and you start to watch the views. How many people are watching? And then you do it again the next day, and you do it again, and you do it again. Watch the traffic. You might not get likes, you might not get thumbs up yet, but keep doing it. Do it long enough because there are people eyeballing you. All right. Also, do a lot of stories. Facebook, Instagram, whatever platform you use, watch the stories. Sometimes people are not going to give you a like, but your stories are being watched. You can use that to have a conversation with anybody and say, hey, how you doing? Happy 2026. Grow your Facebook accounts, grow your Instagram, whatever platform you're using, grow it. Do it daily, okay? Because you got enough space to grow. And the good thing about what you're going to be doing is sharing, showing exactly how you're positioning yourself for 2026. Reggie, good to see you, my friend.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Outstanding.
I wanted to say what blew my mind when you said you was working your 9 to 5, and then from 5 to 9 you started doing MWR. I mean, that is just awesome. Can you just hit on that just a little bit more? Because that is just awesome. That just sent me over the edge right there.
Sure. Well, when I started the industry, Reggie, it was back in 1994. I had a full-time plumbing job, 9 to 5, and weekends. Sometimes I would work 72 hours per week, but I bought the dream that someday I could fire my boss, and I would literally read the book that was given to me called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I read that book and I built my formula on turning desires into your goals, right? And I studied it. And I ended up doing more on a part-time basis in regards to activity that made money than my full-time job. So I started to work on my list. My goal, Reggie, back in the day, I made business cards, was to hand out 20 business cards. If I had no presentations, I needed to hand out 20 business cards and come back with 5 new phone numbers. And I wouldn't get home until I did that. Okay, that was in the old-fashioned days. But if you put me in today's time frame, I do the same thing through social media. I don't have to hand out business cards anymore. I polish up my social media that becomes very attractive so people can see what I'm doing. And then I will go knock on doors on pages that have businesses that I want to attract. If I want to talk to realtors, I go to a page of realtors. People that work from home, go to the page to people that work from home. What would be my conversation in today's time is go to their profiles, give them a thumbs up, comment in what they're doing and say congratulations, and then you go to Messenger. Hey, I was impressed by your post. How long have you been doing what you have been doing? How are things going with your time, freedom, your family, occupation, recreation? And the conversation begins there. So that's what I did before. And it was a lot harder, but the job got done. Okay. So that allowed me to be able to position myself because my goal was to give out 20 business cards per day, come back home with 5 numbers. And that allowed me to fire my boss in a year and a half.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
So 9 to 5, pay my bills. 5 to 9, build my fortune.
Awesome.
Good job, Reggie. I guess you and David are team partners, right? When we're all team partners, but you guys are in the same team.
Oh, no, we're not on the same team.
Oh, okay. But you know what?
But I know David.
I felt that. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I know David. I met him at a Game Changer. He's an awesome guy.
Wow. See, I couldn't tell one from the other because that's how much you guys appreciate each other.
Yes, sir.
Great job,
Yes,
Reggie.
sir.
Awesome. Hey, Richard.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, young fella. How are you?
Outstanding, my friend.
Listen, this is outstanding job. You know what I like, what you just shared? about how a lot of us, well, let's say a lot of us seniors, and especially myself, still are kind of trying to learn this Facebook and this Instagram. But what you shared about, like I said, back in the days, the whiteboard, the eraser, and you make all those trips, 4 or 5 hour drive just to get a no-show and then come back. What is it possible, like I said, that maybe we could just, I don't know how many is on this call, but that just like what you just kind of train as far as how to kind of perceive what you said, you go to the real estate people and you send them a little invitation, or you go to whoever, the different organizations, and you do it, you do it continuously. And that's the area where I guess really myself and probably a lot of other people on here probably need a little bit of help in that area. And I mean,
Okay.
because I know everybody is busy, but maybe we can just kind of just one day just do a impromptu call and say, hey, put it out there. We're going to have some training on what to do and where to go on Facebook or Instagram or the other social medias.
Yeah.
Just some
Richard,
food for
I agree
thought.
with you on that. Richard, thank you so much for elaborating on that, because it's crucially important to understand how we do it. And see, these are the things we need to hear from everyone that joins us, Richard, and what you brought out is important to know. So what I will do is we're going to create an exclusive training, and let me put it together so next Saturday we can elaborate on that, and then I can expose screen share to be able to see how is it that I go out there and start prospecting, knocking on doors, so you guys can see the simplicity of it. Because at the beginning, it's complicated. Yes, because how do I start? Where do I go? What do I say, right? But if you're able to see someone hands-on, now you can gravitate from the idea and say, now I can see things a little bit better. All right. So next Saturday, we're gonna do 15-minute training on that. How's that?
Yeah, and don't put yourself on a timetable. Just whenever you can, you can just kind of get it out,
Sure.
and then you just it doesn't have to be whatever whatever kind works best for you. Because I know I'm not sure how many other folks out there would be willing to kind of participate in that. Maybe we can see some thumbs up, or we can see some hearts, or we can see some emojis. But I just think it's something that could be useful to all of us.
Love it.
Oh,
Great,
looky here.
Richard. I
We're
love it.
doing well. Thank you,
Hey,
Chief.
listen. Also, Richard, like I said, go find folks out there that like Monifa, right? Like myself or Martha, my wife, Elisa, and just kind of pick what they're doing. And I guarantee you, once you start to see what is that they're doing, you start to gravitate from the ideas. And then we can elaborate and train on that too as well. All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you.
Appreciate you, my friend.
Happy
I
New
don't know
Year.
if it
Can
was.
I add to that? I'm sorry.
Go
I'm
ahead,
very
Monifa.
bad. I'm just jumping in when I can because I'm still and I'm quiet. Good morning, package. Yes. I just want to say, when we're making content, just make it like to where it's relatable. Whatever you do in your like day-to-day life, and then this is an addition, expose it that way. That's the only thing I could really think, because I started to just try to make it to where people can relate to it. Just don't sound like you're just selling people on something,
Right.
That's all I could say. Okay.
Appreciate it, Monifa.
Thank you.
Phenomenal. And see, I learned from Monifa, as a matter of fact, that Richard, I go to her Facebook and I see what she's doing. And then I see, how she's moving constantly through the platform. And believe me, when you do it consistently the way she does it, people start to pay attention, because every time you do that, your friends in social media see your exposure. So when you go to Facebook and they're following you, right, it comes up. Just the way you see when you go to Facebook and you start to see who's doing what, you get an exposure automatically. It's not that because you're following them.
Right.
So automatically, when you become friends with people, they take two type of connections: exposure and friendship.
Yep.
So when you're exposing them and they're exposing you through the following aspects, which is automatic. Facebook does it automatically. Now, you don't want to do it too much in a point where they feel that you're putting stuff, like Monifa says, that you're selling them. Because if you do that, then they'll go back to Facebook and quit following you. So you're not going to be able to stay connected with them. So we're going to show you those strategies. Sometimes you got to learn the hard way, Richard, where you're like, geez, what's going on? What do I need to do different? That's when you get into your lab and continue to elaborate in what is it that I need to do better. Okay.
Mhm. Thank you.
All right. So we got Elisa, Cassandra. I don't know who was first. I guess Elisa. Elisa.
That's Fernando. If Cassandra wants to say something, that's all right. I'm going to add something to Mr. Richard. And I believe it's something great for everybody. But Cassandra could go first. I don't mind. Yeah, that's fine. Yes.
Hi, Cassandra.
Everyone's changed. Hi, good afternoon. I'm enjoying the training. And just to piggyback off of what everybody was saying about exposure, about putting it out there, your content. I had to kind of take myself out of Facebook, being in the presence of Facebook for a while. And then learning a different way. How can I approach somebody? What could we say? And, it begins with form. Again, you got to have that relationship with people, meeting people, I meet with people every day. I work in the healthcare field. So I see people on a regular basis and I hear their stories. And you never know who's hearing you, who's listening to you. So right now I'm just trying to figure out, okay, what would be a better approach. I love Monifa's content. She's coming out in her own way. She's not selling it. She just being general. She just letting people know what's out here. And precious metals, this industry now, about learning different things about precious metals, it's all new to me. And it's a development that I have to understand. And so when I'm getting ready to explain to people, how do I approach that person? What am I supposed to say? How am I supposed to say it? Because they know more about it than I do. It's something that is not learned on a regular basis. So now this is a whole new different strategy. I'm used to taxes. I'm used to credit repair. I'm used to other things that I have experienced, and all I can do is share my testimony of what the expert has done for me and the growth. Now I'm trying to build my business, my team, and to start building wealth. So this is another strategy of investment, and where you can walk away from that 9 to 5. I'm not here to continue to work all my life, and I want to be in a position where I don't have to struggle anymore. So I'm grateful to move to this next level. Thank you, guys. Great training, Fernando. You're an awesome guy, I tell you. You pull out your heart, and I see the passion that you have in people, and I am grateful. You and Dr. Parker has always been awesome. Thank you.
Cassandra, thank you so much. You've been a part of the leadership role, exposing your testimony, being consistent, and it's amazing to know that, remembering you, when I started, ladies and gentlemen, she would expose herself in cameras or be exposing herself in social media. Cassandra and Slim, they both have transformed themselves so much, and MWR has done so much for them because they have committed themselves through the process to be where they are right now. So eventually, she'll be able to share her story, but she's got a lot to share with her story. Our company has done so much for her because she has applied herself to be able to do everything that the experts ask her to do. So thanks again, Cassandra. Appreciate you. All right. So Elisa.
Yes, Fernando, I'm agree with Cassandra. Thank you so much. I'm always thankful for you and Martha, for Dr. Parker, for this company, for Mr. Brian House, for everything, that we have now, and we learn a lot. Richard, something, it's very simple. If you share your testimony, just short testimony, 1 minute, say why you started making, or what you start with MWR, why you needed this addition income, or maybe you use the service. But sometimes, you know, all the time, your testimony is the key. Your testimony. How? Because sometimes maybe you use the services. I didn't use the services, but I like it, you know, to do it working from my home, learning how to have my financial situation always on the top, you know, like no problems. I don't like that one. And that's why I started with MWR, helping others. That was always, you know, my goal, helping others. And adding income, of course, you know, it's something that everybody is going to do it because you're adding income, but being with your family. And you can start asking Richard, you know, what do you love the most in your life every day? What do you enjoy? Maybe what do you like to do? What do you like to change? Ask questions to people you are talking to your family. You can say youngest. You know, listen, son, or listen, I don't know, you're a young man, but I don't know if you have grandkids. You can ask them.
Thank you.
Okay, Richard, you see, you can ask them, listen, can you do me a favor? I'm going to send to you this short video. I need your opinion. It's very important for me. When you finish watching this video, just call me. Call me because I want to talk to you. And you can talk to people and say, what do you think about this one? What do you like it the most? Do you think it's somebody interesting in just watching this short video? It's going to add value to somebody? Because you don't know, sometimes people like to invest. We have, you know, the service that keep, you know, help them investing. We want helping people with their own companies. They don't know how to build business credit. We have that one. You know? People who is struggling with taxes, with an, you know, it's like it's a lot of things. Mothers, maybe they don't have any situation, but they want to add income. They want to spend more time with the children, you know, with the family. People who say, I don't want to have a boss. I want to work from home. I want to get up, stay in my pajamas, you know, drink my coffee while I'm working. You know, people is like, you know, different people. Sometimes people like to dress fancy, go outside, taking pictures, working from outside to the park. You know, it's ask people, what do you enjoy the most every day? Or what do you want to add? What do you want to change? You see, and you can do short videos. Today I spoke with somebody and I love because this mother said that she wants to spend more time with the children. And you know, it's wonderful because today we have a great opportunity. That's it. You don't have to give more. That's it. People is going, Richard, what are you talking about? You know, it's like people is going to be very, you know, you post, you don't sell, like Monifa said, you don't sell, you're just saying things. You're just saying what people want to, but they don't have it yet, or they are not there yet. You see, something is it's about you, Richard. Start with your testimony. Why you think this is a great opportunity for seniors? Why? Why is for you this? Why is this is the path? What this MWR, it is the key for everybody, because it is for everybody. It doesn't matter your age. It's for everybody. If you just finish high school, you know what? Younger people, they finish high school. They don't want to work to Walgreens, or they don't want to work to McDonald's. They don't want. They have to because they want to get money. But if you tell them, you just need to share this information. Bring people to this short video. Somebody's going to present for you. They have their own platform. You know, people with technology is very easy. You know, they say, oh, that's it? What should I do? What should I do? That's it. Younger people, they have, you know, like their mind is very different as, you know, as our mind. You know, it's completely different. Richard, believe me, when you talk to people, they say, that's it? Is that simple? Yes, but we think it is a lot of work. Nothing is difficult. Just sharing information. Sharing information. Ask people, your family, your friends, please, I need you to do me a favor. Please watch this video and call me back. It's important for me. That's it.
Thank you. I got you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Yeah, Richard, you're going to be very successful. I like your authenticity. I like Fernando's authenticity. I like this community authenticity because we are humans. Every one of us has different situations. We choose MWR for different reasons, but we are here. And you know, and it's building, like Cassandra said, we are going to finish building our future. You see, our bright future with this company. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elisa, for sharing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're surrounded with so many different testimonials. Elisa, as a matter of fact, became a 3-star executive director in only 3 short months from starting the business. So, you know, I give kudos back to her a whole lot because, you know, when we started it, English has been her strong, you know, language like me, right? But she was one day called out when Mr. Andamo Tolson said, we need presenters. And Mr. Andamo Tolson put us through the test, and she gave her presentation in English so amazing that she was the first one being selected to say, you are presenting. Fernando, you need a little bit more training. I said, okay. Thank you so much, Elisa. Appreciate you. All right, so Dr. G.W. Parker, to wrap up and give us those encouraging words. We know you're hustling right now, trying to position yourself in the area of Florida, but please share with us.
Fernando, hey, listen, great training today. The entire platform from start to finish, starting with the morning reading, was incredible. I'm glad to see this participation. You know, Alicia mentioned something, and Richard as well, kind of ignited the conversation about the subject as it relates to our ability to navigate our way through social media and those who don't quite have a handle on it yet, myself included. Richard, I'm in that club with you, but I'm learning. But Fernando, you remember a year and a half ago, give or take, you know, we established a platform where we were coming on every, I think, Alicia, it was Wednesday. Connie was a part of that, Alicia, and there was someone else who kind of took the lead. We didn't get a great deal of traction, so we didn't keep it up, but that void is still there. We need a platform like that to begin to teach these systems so that those who don't really have a grasp of it can catch on and understand, because that social media, I mean, it's a whole new market now. Even this industry, the way you market, the way you present yourself, the video content, all of that stuff, this is how we communicate now. This is how we do business. This is how the world moves. So we've got to really try to master this and understand it. So it may be in our best interest to, you know, you've already mentioned it, to create something, some content or a platform that we can roll out, you know, one time a week or every other week or something. I think we get a lot more participation now than we did back then, because it is more important now that we learn these systems, because again, even with MWR, the new marketing tools, guys, if you're not on the Telegram feed for MWR, you need to be. That they've just loaded new content just recently. There's a new video back there. There's a whole lot of stuff. That stuff also is available. It should be in your back office as we speak, but if you can't find it there, go to Telegram, pull that stuff off there, study it, learn it, present it, share it, and give people an opportunity to see what all this excitement is about with the growth of this business. But the other piece is that, Fernando, I now take the next hour to try to complete my video to add to the content that MWR is developing with their new website and new training system. Guys, participate. You want to be a part of that. Now, I did mine a day or so ago, 2 days ago, and it was sent back to me because it was wrong. Why was it wrong? Because I did not follow the script. And so don't deviate. I introduced myself when I started telling my story, and I followed the script. But the piece that I did wrong, they didn't want me to say, hey, I'm Gerald Parker, MWR, compensation plan or whatever had created enough money for me to walk away from a $65,000 a year job. And you don't need to add all three or all testimonies in one video. They want them separate. So if you've had success in credit, tell that story. If the compensation plan has done your life good, tell that story. If you've had, save money on taxes, tell that story. So I've got 3 or 4 to put together today. So I carve out the next couple of hours to do that, to complete that video in the way that they designed it to be completed. Just read the script, read it over, follow it, and just go from there. And one of the other issues that they had with mine is that it appeared that I was reading. Right? It's a very short script. So just try to kind of, memorize it and add your pieces in, and give the results of what MWR has done for you. And let's get that stuff in, because this master training platform that they're creating, people across the world that view MWR moving forward will see your testimony. They'll hear your testimony. So that's why we really need to get this right. And that's why they're being so particular about how we do it. And the message needs to be the same from everybody. And if you notice how it ends, is basically we're all saying all we did was, allow the experts to do the work for us.
No.
And all we did was plug into the system, and the experts did the work. And when all the stories are told, at the end of it, that's what people will remember. The experts did the work. All you did was plug into the system. And so that's the message that they're trying to get across. I was a little frustrated myself with it when they kept saying, I was like, what do you mean it's wrong? And it was wrong. I wasn't doing it right. So I'm going to master it today. I'm going to do 3 or 4, because I've got 3 or 4 pieces of the program that I've had success in. And I'm going to shoot that over to them and get the okay. And I want my video to be in that. I want to be a part of that whole MWR training platform that they're about to roll out, that the world will see. So you want to be on there. The cutoff is 3 o'clock. If you miss it, don't worry, keep going. We're going to get it in, because he's not going to close the door if you get it to him after 3 o'clock. Just get it in, though. That's what I'm planning to do in the next hour. But listen, I love you guys. We got something here. I love this energy. I love this community. I love the feeling. Alicia, you bring joy to my heart. To hear you speak, and Richard, man, I love you like a brother. Miss Bartley, I'm waiting on my mail to be delivered. You're late, so where are you? I'm looking for my checks from MWR, so get on over here and get that done. Hey, God bless you guys, man. I love you.
Well, the one good thing about that is that we don't care what level you are in this business. If you don't follow the simple rules, they're going to reject you and let you know it.
Let me tell you, yes, I wanted to say, because it happened, right? I did mines, right? But what I did was, because, guys, I'm at work. I did it through my tools. So Brian House inboxed me, okay? I did it, but I did it with my tools. He wanted authentic. He doesn't want no AI tools. He wants you to do it with your authentic self. So I'm cracking up. I'm like, well, boss, listen, I'm at work and I can't get it done. And I just leveraged my tools. Didn't you teach us about leverage? So I'm cracking up, and he's just getting at me, right? So then he goes, listen, you're a rock star. You can get it done. So, okay, y'all going to see me like this doing my 10-second clips. Y'all going to see me raw and authentic, just like this, doing my clips. I just did it in different parts of my truck, different in different parts of my route, different in different buildings as I'm delivering, but I got it done. He was like, see, you are, I told you can do it. It doesn't matter. I'm worried about how I look and how professional and polished I look. He said, no, authenticity wins.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. Man. And that was that. So I was like, all right. And I just did it just as I was at work yesterday, jumping out the truck, it's like Dr. Parker said, it was hard to remember to say it word for word. So I'm trying to I'm like, my brain, I just think I'm old sometimes. And I'm like, my brain can't just remember these things like everybody's remembering, all these younger people are remembering this stuff. So it's just like, okay, just buckle down. You know, I just want to say this. When someone believes in you, it means a lot. When somebody knows you have it in you, it means a lot. And that makes you push yourself. You know what I'm saying? It just makes you push yourself to be great. And I just love this community because you guys push me. I have a challenge I don't want to disclose, but you know, y'all make me push myself. You know what I mean? And I love this. I love it. I love it. And I got it done. You know, I got it done. You know, and I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to make this content because I'm going to show you guys what I did versus what they wanted. So I'm going to make content from that. And then you guys, which one would you go with? You get what I'm saying? Only thing I don't like about Sora, the watermark comes up. So to me, it looks natural to me. And the aesthetics of it all is what I like. You know, I could put on different outfits. I could put on different sceneries the way I want to be. That's what I like about it. But the watermark comes up and then, oh, you can tell, oh, it's AI generated. So act like it's not, okay? Act like y'all don't see that watermark come up. And I'm going to put what I did for this, for Brian in my regular uniform and what you call it. And then y'all can tell me.
Awesome. Monifa, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's all about. See, we're rubbing off each other's, excitement, learning from one another. So Monifa, thank you so much for providing for us so much valuable, simple information. Authenticity. Yes. I learned that word today. Thank you.
It was David, a tongue twister because I was talking so fast.
Guys, just real quick, out of the corner of my eye, I saw my phone notify me that speaking of Mr. House, Monifa, he just sent out an urgent update that the final extension for doing those videos that you guys are just talking about is tonight at midnight. So you got plenty of time. When you get off work, whatever you're doing is, whatever you got going on, practice. Dr. Parker's already doing his. So I plan to do mine, and hey, let's get it done. And I'm glad that Monifa, thank you for saying we don't have to get dressed up. Because I was thinking, hey, I got to go put on my tie and everything and get all cute.
Nope, average everyday American. That's what we talk about. We talk about the average everyday American. And he wants us to just doing our own thing, doing what we do. And this in addition to what we do, And
I kind of figured that since not only it's not about us, it's about the experts. We didn't do it, so we don't want them buying into our image. We want them to buy into what we're saying about what MWR has to offer with the Do It For You platform. So that makes sense that we would do it in whatever attire we're wearing at the time.
That's right. David, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is who we are. See, this is the level of excitement that we have. I know that we're about to wrap up, but ladies and gentlemen, if you are new, okay, the company has in the website, when you go to your back office, once you have a little achievement in something within the platform, go to that area, which is in Toolbox, if I'm not mistaken, and then it allows you to put your testimony there, okay, to share. Okay, and then once you do that, it can be added eventually to the platform, because the more testimonies that we have, the better chances that we have reaching out to people that would say, hey, they're doing it. They're using experts. They're not saying they're the experts. They're just sharing their testimony. And MWR is definitely changing their lives. I want to be a part of this. So the more we can do our assignments, do whatever you have to do from this point forward. Once you have something that you have done, whether you got paid your $5 a day, credit restore, anything that you have, go to the back office, go to the marketing tab, Toolbox, right there. It'll tell you exactly how to expose your testimony. All right. So with that being said, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we want to wish you a tremendous weekend. Remember, you can't keep MWR as a secret agent. Right. You have to learn to expose And the more you're able to expose, the more you can help someone out there that is praying for an opportunity, and they better hear it from you. Because when they do, they're going to be thanking you that you took the time and you were courageous enough to say, I spread the word. I was able to change someone's life. All right. We change one life at a time, but it starts right now once we leave the training platform. All right, ladies and gentlemen, blessings to you all. Microphones and cameras are open. We can wish each other a great weekend. So please open your camera if you choose to. And happy weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.
Great weekend, guys.
Thank you.
Weekend, everybody.
Again.
Thanks,
Thank you
Fernando.
all.
Weekend.
Awesome.
Thanks very much.
Great
Bye,
morning.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hasta mañana.
Hasta mañana. Go, Reggie. Learning Spanish now, Reggie.
Muy poco.
Muy
Muy bien.
poquito español.
Muy bien.
Great job.
No,